Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about the selection tools. In your Photoshop, few tools may not be available because there are different version of Photoshops available in the market. Now, at the point of recording this video, I am using the latest version of Photoshop, that is 25.9.1. This is the current latest version of Photoshop at this point of time. Let's start from the first tool. Now, if your workspace is not looking like this, you can reset it. So from going here and reset the essentials. I'm using essential workspace. Now, first tool, let's start from here. Now, when there is this small arrow is there, that means few tools are hidden, and we need to keep pressing and all the tools will be visible first. First tool is move tool. What move tool will do is, let me unlock this layer. So we have only one layer. We can simply move any layer here and there. So we have to make sure this auto select is on, and from the drop down it should be layer. Then whatever layer you click, that we can move it. Let me revert it back, and we'll keep this layer unlocked for the learning purpose. Generally we have to make it Ctrl J to make a duplicate copy, and then we will work. So this is the move tool. After that, we have the artboard tool, and you can see the shortcuts also written in front of the tools. Now you may be thinking both are VV. Both shortcuts are having the same shortcut. Both tools have the same shortcut, that is VV. So let me select any other tool. Now how to select that tool is by pressing V. Now how to select the other tool inside that? So for that we have to use Shift V. So if you use Shift button, that means you can go to other tools in the same category. So we have next is artboard tool. What it will do is, now currently we have layer, there is no artboard. Artboard is basically kind of, let me just drag from one corner to opposite corner, and now you see we created one artboard. Here also in layers you can see one artboard, one is created. Now we can create more artboards, maybe on the right side, or maybe on top of this, and then maybe on left side of this. So the artboard basically means you have different canvases to work on for different designs. So basically, for example, you are creating some design on similar theme, then you can practice in 4 areas or n number of areas using the artboards. And here you can see we have 4 artboards created. 1, 2, 3, 4. So artboard basically means you have 4 different areas. In this case, you can create n number of artboards to work on your design files. This is the second tool, and let me just revert it back. Now I came back to the original layer. So these two tools are covered. Now we'll go to the next tools, that is rectangular marquee tool, elliptical marquee tool, single row marquee tool, and single column marquee tool. First is single marquee. Simply it will select any rectangular area, and now when I cut this, Ctrl X, let me cut this. So you have to select the layer, then only we can select. So you can see that area is removed, whatever we have selected. Let me do Ctrl Z to undo it. And to deselect this area, we can use Ctrl D to deselect. And to make a square, we have to use the Shift key. To make a perfect square selection, you have to use the Shift key and then click and drag. So it will be a square. Cut, Ctrl X, Ctrl Z, undo, and Ctrl D, deselect. Next tool is elliptical marquee tool. In this, it will be kind of an oval shape. Again, if we hold the Shift key, it will be a perfect circle. And then you can use, maybe you can cut the area, you can apply some effect in that selection. So why selection is important? You can apply some editing in that particular area only. For example, when I use brush tool with B, and let me paint here, you see only that area is affected, not the outside one. So this is how the selection tools maybe benefit. Next is single row marquee tool. As the name suggests, it is a single row. So we have to just simply click anywhere. What it will do is it will create a single 1 pixel selection, horizontal selection. When I cut this, you can see it's 1 pixel line is cut from there. Or I can maybe fill it with the foreground color, that is black. To fill this with foreground color, we have the shortcut Alt backspace, and now Control T. You see 1 pixel line we have created. So created the selection, 1 pixel selection, Alt backspace to fill the foreground color, and Control backspace to fill the background color. This time I use the foreground color, and 1 pixel line is created. Now let me do one more time. This time Control backspace. Now already white color is filled. We have to deselect to see that. So 1 pixel line is created. This is single row marquee tool. Then we have single column marquee tool. Same thing, but it will be vertical. And Alt backspace to fill the foreground color. This is about all the tools in this part: rectangular marquee tool, elliptical marquee tool, single row marquee tool, and single column marquee tool. Now next we have lasso tool. Let me undo whatever we have did so far. Yes. Now next 3 tools: lasso tool, polygon lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool. Lasso tool is a freehand selection tool. You can simply, let me draw it one more time. So you have to click and drag to make any selection. Now you can again do any adjustment layer here, brightness, contrast only in this area, or you can cut this area, Control X. Let me draw it one more time. Layer is not selected. Now Control X, and that area is gone. Do Control Z and Control D for deselection. So this is a freehand selection. You have to click and drag. Next is polygon lasso tool. So polygon is basically a closed shape with straight lines. So simply we have to just simple click, click, click. And then we have to click on the first starting point. Let me do Control D to deselect. Then we have magnetic lasso tool. This will automatically highlight the contrast line. When we have to just click on the first point, and then we have to click and drag. Sorry, not click and drag, simple drag. Only the first time you have to click. Now I am just dragging without any click. So now it is not taking the area properly. Maybe I need to click once. And here I can click. Sometimes when it is not detecting the area, we can simply click. And now I click on the first starting point. So we got that balloon using magnetic lasso tool. Now we'll do Control. So how I can show you: Control X, that balloon is gone. Control Z, Control D. So these tools also covered: lasso tool, freehand selection; polygon lasso tool with straight lines; magnetic lasso tool, automatically it will select based on the contrast ratio. Now we have next tool is object selection. Very interesting tool. This is available in some of the latest version of Photoshop. What it will do is simply I have to click, and Now we have to wait for some time. You see, this is now reloading. Now it is trying to find out the objects in this file, in this particular image. Now when I hover on the image, automatically you see it is highlighting different objects. This balloon. So it's very powerful tool. It automatically highlights whatever objects we have in the image. So simply I'll click on this balloon, and now it is selected that balloon. Control X. Now very fast. Let me do Control Z, and let me click on the sky behind the scenes. Now it is selecting that. It's taking some time. See, now to select all the sky, it is going to take a lot of time. But with object selection tool, it's very easy. Now you can simply Control X, cut it, or you can maybe fill with some color. Let me change. I'll bring the color panel. I'll make something. I'll select blue color. Now I selected by mistake on the background, but now how to fill this background layer? Control backspace and then Control T. Now you can see how fast it was. Otherwise we have to do all the selection properly, and then so this is the power of object selection tools. Then next we have, so it will try to select only the objects. So here if you see, this is very complex shapes, very difficult to find different objects because everything is blended together, but these are very easily can be detected. That's why. So this is how Photoshop works. Next tool we have, may undo the sky, Control Z, Control D. Next selection tool is quick selection. So as the name suggests, when the tool is showing like this or something is not working, make sure your layer is selected. Now how this tool will work, you have to click and drag on the object. So it selected the balloon, click and drag here, selected this one, click and drag on the sky. Now here in some cases, because this white and this white is very similar, that's why that balloon is skipped. So this is quick selection, basically click and drag, and then you have to add the selection using maybe lasso tool or like that. This is about quick selection. Next we have magic wand. Magic wand try to select the area which has similar color. So sky is almost white color. We need to simply click once and automatically try to select that color wherever we clicked. Now it is not coming down because here it is based on the tolerance. If you want to cover more color pixels, then we have to increase the tolerance. We do Control T, increase the tolerance to 50. 50 will be too much, 40, and click again. Now you see it selected the bigger area. Now you may be thinking magic wand is more faster than the object selection. So it depends on the use cases. Sometimes magic wand will do the work, sometimes object selection, sometimes you have to use lasso tool, rectangle. So it totally depends on the use case. We can't say that this tool is better than that tool. It totally depends on the image, what you want to select. And now I'll do Control D. So these are all the selections tools we have covered. Move tool, artboard tool, rectangle marquee tool, elliptical marquee tool, single row marquee tool, single column marquee tool, lasso tool, polygon lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool, object selection tool, quick selection tool, and magic wand tool. These are all selection tools. Now there are few more things we have to understand. These 4 options. Whatever selection tool you select in there, these 4 options will be there. Whatever options you select. So what these options are, Let me show you. First is, if we keep our mouse there for some time, it is showing new selection. Means if I drag and drag again, so always the new selection is created. Now when I select the second option, so this is called union, add to selection. Now if I drag again, now you see the selection is keep adding. So it is not deleting. So this is like you want to add to the current selection. Then we have this one is subtract from the selection. So I want to subtract some part from the selection. This is how we can subtract. Next is intersect. Intersect with the selection. So I'll do Ctrl D. Let me draw some shape. And now when I drag here, so whatever in the center, that selection, whatever is the common part, that will remain. Oh, I forgot to select the last option. And let me drag now. So whatever is the common part in this two selection, that will remain like this. So how you can use these options? If you want to select multiple balloons at the same time, so which tool will be better? Maybe object tool. And I'll click on this. It's selected. I'll use the second option to select multiple items. If it is first option only, if I click on another balloon, that first balloon selection is gone. To keep all the balloon selection, we have to select the second option. Now I click on this balloon, this balloon. Yeah, it's amazing. So we can select all the balloons just by simple click, 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 because of the object selection and the add to selection option. And you can just vanish all of them now using Ctrl X. Or you can fill with your color. So black color, Alt backspace. And with blue color, Control backspace. So these are all things we can do with the selections. Very powerful. Now it's your turn to practice all these tools one by one. Always remember, practice is the key. There is no alternative to learn. Let me revert back this to its original image. So that's it for this video. Keep learning and keep growing.